So in this video, I'm going to be talking about what sort of careers, sort of industries you can get into if you're leaving with no or some little GCSEs and you don't really want to go to A levels, do a BTEC, you don't really want to do an apprenticeship, or you don't necessarily want to go to university in the long run. You just want to leave school at 16, 18 and you want to literally get a job. It's tough out there. It's the hardest part is always getting your first job, especially in a career you do not know much about and you've never really worked. It's simply, the sort of path you want to go down. I just want to give some advice. I am a professional recruiter, so I recruit for high-end members of staff all around the country. But I also do low and medium level sometimes, but it's more of the executive search market. Now, I see some things that are dead wrong, and I just want to give some advice to people, out there, especially young people that don't necessarily know too much. And a lot of adults don't know this. Even I spoke to like senior managers from, that I used to work with, heads of, departments, and they don't know this sort of information. What I want to do is give you some tips, some tricks to help you secure the job, and also some personal advice. Now, the first advice I would give is don't work in retail, because it has zero transferable skills. The only transferable skills that possibly you will have is customer service. Now, most companies look down on retail workers. They don't necessarily want to hire them. They see them as not being, able to progress. And, you get stuck in that job. Many people I see work in that position, they try to get out of it. And they don't, the wages are always low no matter where you work. Because some industries you can work at different places and get paid different amounts. Retail, you're ended up at a certain level. What positions some people respect in retail is McDonald's, believe it or not. If you can work in McDonald's and it's on your CV, a lot of people move into sales. And they do very well because McDonald's is a very hard job. And a lot of employers actually, very many successful people actually worked in McDonald's, and they do respect that. It's also a very large employer and they train very well. They can train a 14-year-old to actually run their whole store. That's their process that they got in place. Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with working in retail, but getting out of it is quite hard. I would suggest even taking a lower wage and working in sort of an office environment. If that's not necessarily for you, I would definitely suggest some sort of manual work. So depending on what you want to do, I can list a few things. As this video is for everyone, but I don't necessarily know personally yourself what you exactly want to get into. So for example, I suggest most people that like the outdoors would work in some sort of woodland forestry work, gardening, that sort of thing. So a career that's very sought after is actually a tree surgeon. It's always going to be a job in demand. There's no way a machine will machines will assist, but there's no way a machine can do complex tasks. And even if there was a machine, it would be way, way too expensive. So you don't want to look at that. Tree surgeons, there's always a business nearby as well. And definitely, you can definitely find some good wages in there as well, because typically they pay quite high. I don't think, going down the route of becoming a hairdresser, mechanic, will be the greatest thing if you like the outdoors. Another manual job that's always sought after is, these are really jobs that you can get into. A driver. I know people are thinking they're going to automate all the driving jobs, but that's a long way off. And probably you'll be in the industry and you'll have the skills to move up the ladder in that time. So driving jobs are definitely in. You can definitely progress through that. If you want to do, heavy goods vehicle driving, you can earn upwards of £40,000 a year. And that's starting off in your first job. Obviously, there is a qualification as a driving requirement on there. Another suggestion is a chef. So if you like cooking and eating, chefs used to be a very low paid position. Now I see chef positions being advertised for £40,000 a year. And that's about 2 years experience in that. So if you work your way up, becoming a specialist chef, you can earn upwards of £60,000. So for example, if you're a sushi chef, chances are you're going to earn more in central London. There's always a position for that. People love to eat. People always want to eat and they'll need to eat. Working for sort of industrial sort of places, you can still find a good job, as well as hotels based on that. So just spitting out some ideas, help you guys out. Now, another thing is CV. This is a top tip, how to get found by employers. Now, you want to go on the 4 top job websites, upload your CV with a lot of keywords that you think an employer would search for. For example, if you wanted to be a chef, you would put in wanting to be a trainee chef, or work your way up the ladder, or chef, beginner chef, or anything along those lines, sous chef. So upload your CV to CV Library, Total Jobs, Indeed, and Reed. They're the 4 main jobs websites in the UK. What you do is you upload it. Obviously, you can one-click apply on most of the websites as well, so that's always a good thing. And you can definitely take calls from employers. They will also email you job opportunities nearby, because it's an automatic system. It's like a search engine. If I'm looking for a trainee chef and I run a restaurant, I would go on the job board as an employer and I would search trainee chef, and I'd put the postcode and I'd put the salary requirements. I'll click, and then everyone's CV will come up. That's pretty much the secret of how recruitment works, on a very basic level. There's ideally, you would really want to upload multiple CVs in different industries. Now, it takes time, but you can literally just tailor make it so you can have 10 CVs in 10 different industries. When someone calls you or emails you, you know if you're going to go for that position, because it's an entry sort of level position. I think this is probably the best way to secure your first job, depending on your industry. But definitely you can definitely find a job that way, and it's less work, and you have to actively apply as well. Another thing to notice is on read.co.uk, you can actually see how many people applied for the position. So it will say, it used to give you an exact number like 46 people applied, but nowadays it gives you be the first 10 people to apply. Another great resource. It doesn't typically work for the entry level positions, but it has done, and I've seen it done before, and I've hired people off it. You need an account on LinkedIn. You need to see what's in your area, and you need to contact the actual managers there. Nobody is doing this on an entry level position, and it garners such high respect from the people actually doing it. So I definitely want you to go on there, contact local people, and see if there's a job opportunity. You can message them, you can connect with them, and it's very simple to use. Any tips you need, just please let me know and I'll be happy to help.